I'm on my way home already. Hope you took care of the dishes as I asked.
I'm sorry, but when did you do that?
Are you kidding me? I told you this morning before I left the house. Don't tell me you haven't done any of the things I told you to do.
Mom, but I told you yesterday that I was going to work late into the night, so I'd sleep late and wake up late too.
Is this your idea of an excuse? You silly girl. How can you be so brazen when you're this lazy?
I told you this last night. Why are you acting like I didn't? This is what you always do to me. You never listen to anything I say.
Is that why you chose to disobey your mother? I should have known. What else was I going to expect from such a good-for-nothing daughter?
Mom, I'm your daughter. Why would you say such a thing about me?
Just shut up and get the dishes done as I told you. Also, prepare something for dinner, so I eat the moment I get home. While you're doing that, make sure you put the dirty clothes into the machine. By the time you're done cooking, the clothes should be dry enough for you to iron them.
What? Dishes, cooking, and laundry? How many hands do I have, Mom?
Are you complaining? What else have you been doing since morning?
Mom, I have work to do. If I do all these, what time will I have to devote to my job?
Oh, spare me. What job? All you do is lock yourself in that room of yours and then go out at odd times of the morning and afternoon. You know, I find your job suspicious, right? Some weeks you go only once, and in others you go every day, and then sometimes you don't even go at all. Don't think that because I've not called the cops on you, that makes me stupid.
Are you calling me a criminal?
What else is there to call you? You can't get a job like a normal person because you're dim-witted. Who would even want to hire you? Still, it's no excuse to turn to a life of crime.
How can you say all these things about me, when I pay the rent here and also cater to our food?
So now you're talking back to me? Of course. Why don't you get a microphone and scream into the neighborhood? Go and do what I asked you to do this instant.
Let Mia do them today. She doesn't do anything in the house besides playing loud music and lying on her bed all day.
If I wanted Mia to do them, don't you think I would have asked her?
Why do you keep making me do these things and my baby sister does nothing? It's not fair.
You better get your ass to the kitchen and do the dishes as I asked, or there'll be hell to pay.
Ruth, are you done?
Done with what?
I heard Mom screaming at you earlier for not doing the laundry fast enough. So, are you done?
How could you ask me that? They were your clothes. Why didn't you just wash them yourself?
Come on, don't be mad at me. You know I can't risk ruining my nails. Even Dad is mad at you for making Mom mad, LOL. Either way, I'm glad you're done with that. I need a favor though. Can you quickly run over to the store down the street? I need a fresh supply of toiletries. Get them for me, okay? I know you have enough cash on you.
Excuse me? Washing your clothes was not enough? Now I have to run errands for you? Are you out of your mind? I'm your big sister.
So what? Stop making a big deal out of it. Just get the things for me. That's as simple as that.
Why can't you go yourself?
I just painted my nails. Besides, I'm not really in the mood to step out tonight. So, do it for me.
This disrespect is getting out of hand. You don't even have the money to buy these things, yet you're ordering me around.
Mom said you were like this. Just because of a little favor I asked, you're insulting me. This is why you will never get a great job that will pay you well. Always working out of your stinky room.
I don't have the strength to deal with you right now. Good night.
Yeah, go hide off in your room again, coward.
Hi, Mom. How are you doing?
Have you done everything I asked you?
Yes, I even got the lawn mowed this morning as well. I need to remind you of the business trip I told you about a few days ago. I'm leaving for the airport tomorrow.
Trip? I never agreed to that.
Yes, you and Dad did. I can remember clearly.
Well, you're not going anywhere. There are a lot of things to be done in the house.
Mia can do them. She's an adult herself.
Haven't I warned you to stop involving your sister when you and I are talking? Sometimes I wonder what is in that skull of yours. You're embarrassing me. Still, my stance on this is final. You're not going anywhere.
You can't stop me, Mom. You keep doing this. Always ruining my plans, but it ends today. This business trip is a big deal for me and would boost my standing in my job. I can't miss it just because you don't want Mia doing dishes for 2 days.
This sassy tone of yours is why you will never make it. How can you grow in your job when you don't even know how to follow instructions? How do I even know it's a job you're going to do?
Say what you want, Mom. I'm going.
You're not going anywhere, Ruth. Don't get on my nerves. I'm warning you.
Hey, Mia, what's up?
Ha ha! The prodigal daughter returns.
What do you mean?
You ran off from home and now you're back. Have you finally realized that no one will accept you out there? You should be thankful for us for keeping you regardless of your ineptitude.
What are you talking about? I went on a business trip. Didn't Mom tell you?
Oh yeah, business trip. Is that what they call it these days? I'm your baby sister, you know. You should really be a better role model, don't you think?
I can't do this right now, Mia. I'm back home and I noticed the locks were changed. Did someone break in?
Oh, nothing of that sort. It's because of you. Since you chose to disobey Mom, she decided to change the locks. You don't deserve a key.
What? So how will I get in then?
You'll have to wait until either one of us comes home. And that's how it will be from now on. You really need to be taught some manners.
So I'll be outside until you choose to come back? When will that be?
Sometime tonight. Same for Mom.
You expect me to be outside until then?
Come on, it's not my fault you refused to listen to Mom. All this is on you, sis.
You know what? I'm so done with you guys. I'm leaving the house for you all. Don't bother with a key anymore.
What do you mean?
I'll be sleeping in a hotel tonight, and tomorrow I'll come for my things.
LOL, threatening us won't make your punishment lighter. Give it up already.
I guess we'll have to see about that.
Ruth, you were really serious about leaving?
Of course. More serious than I've been about anything else in my life. I'm sick and tired of you and Mom treating me like trash. Despite everything I do for you guys, nothing is ever enough.
Come on. So you pay the rent to buy a few things in the house. That doesn't exempt you from house chores, does it?
What do you mean exempt? I do all the house chores. What do you ever do?
You're blowing all these out of context, but I really don't care. Anyway, I noticed the truck that came to move your things out. Golden Movers? I know that company. They're one of the top movers in the state. There's no way you can afford them on your meager earnings. What's your secret?
LOL, you really don't know me, do you? Well, how can you, when you spend most of your time either putting me down or insulting me? For the record, I could afford Golden Movers even if they charged me 10 times the regular fee. It wouldn't matter. I didn't pay for their services, though.
I knew it. I'm sure you probably seduced one of the drivers and had him help you out. Did you even consider the fact that he might lose his job? You're so heartless.
The fact that you think so little of me shows how much our relationship has deteriorated. If you must know, Golden Movers is just the offshoot of the company I work for. I'm the regional manager of Golden Gate, the top real estate company in the state. So I was just using company property to move my stuff.
Golden Gate? I don't believe you.
Honestly, I don't care. My work is mostly remote and I have to make a lot of calls, which is why I'm always locked in my room. But then, we have an office that I also manage, which is where I go to every once in a while. Other times, I go with clients to inspect properties, and the commission I get from there is what pushed me into the millionaire bracket.
My God, you're a millionaire? Why didn't you say anything?
Would it have changed anything?
Of course. You can't go now. Call off the movers at once. You can't leave your baby sister all alone here with Mom.
LOL, you're funny. Stay with Mom who loves you so much. I'm sure you both will be happier when I'm out of your lives.
Ruth, what is this I'm hearing from your sister? Are you really a millionaire?
It doesn't make a difference, Mom. You'll still treat me the same way you've always treated me. Besides, I told you about it when I first got the job, but like everything that has to do with me, you believed I would never make it.
That's no excuse, girl. If I knew, then things would have been different.
What? You would have given Mia more chores?
No, we would have hired staff to take care of the chores. You had that much money and you said nothing. You're really selfish, you know?
Well, now I'm out of your hair, so I won't be a bother anymore. I'm in a better place now with other millionaires in the elite part of the city. You and I have nothing in common anymore.
What? No! We're a family and we must stay together. You must come back home at once.
Not gonna happen.
Stop being so uptight, dummy. Just because you managed to make a few bucks doesn't mean you're ready to face the world out there.
I'm a full-grown adult mom. I've been paying the rent for years and basically feeding you guys all this while. I've been facing the world while you trapped a bubble around Mia and made her believe everything comes easy. You are all about to learn otherwise. I would love to see how you'll both survive on your meager earnings.
Ruth, just calm down, okay? Let's talk about this. You don't have to come back, but we can all come over and stay with you. And I promise things will be different from now on.
Your promise holds no weight with me. I will never live under the same roof with you guys ever again. Simple. You and Dad have shown that you really don't want what's best for me.
Please think about this. How will your sister and I cope? The year is almost running to an end. Where will I see the rent? What about feeding? You know how your sister eats.
You knew all this, yet you treated me like a slave?
I'm sorry. I felt that if I treated you that way, you would never leave us. You've always been the responsible one, and I exploited it. I'm sorry.
Well, your plan backfired. My own mother. You treated me like dirt and lived off me like a parasite. You stifled my growth and tried to stand in the way of my progress. No mother of mine would ever behave this way. You're no longer my mother.
Just hold on. Let's not make any rash decision. We're family, remember?
No, not anymore. Goodbye, Gwen.
Wait, let's talk about this. I need help. I can't take care of your sister alone. Ruth!
After kicking them out of my life, I tried to move forward. In my new environment, I made friends with like-minded people who were also intentional about growth. It was in the new neighborhood that I fell in love with Isaac. It has been a blissful experience for me. In 2 months, we'll be getting married, and I've never been happier. As for my parents and my sister, the last I heard of them, they were barely scraping by. When they couldn't pay up on the rent, they had to move into the suburbs to more affordable quarters. As far as I was concerned, the 3 of them were getting what they deserved for the way they treated me for years.
Hey, has Dad died yet? This again? If you really care, then come to the hospital. All of our relatives are here. Everyone is praying that he won't die. Praying he won't die. As if he hasn't already been suffering all this time at the hospital. He's probably praying to die a peaceful death right around now. And I hope he gets his wish. Even if that's the case, then why aren't you at his deathbed? Oh, because all you can think about is the inheritance you'll get after he dies. What the hell is with your attitude towards me lately? I don't need to take this from the bum who lives in the basement. That was 2 years ago. I have a full-time job now. I live in New York. What are you acting so smug about? Having a full-time job is the bare minimum for being an adult. Ah, you're so uncool. It's so funny that you think you can criticize me when you're a loser with no life. So you have time to insult me, but don't have time to come visit Dad. I'm just dealing with you now that I have a little time on my hands. Unlike the people that have all the time in the world, I have no time to care of a dying old fart. You've got to be joking. Try saying that to his face. You can't, can you? Because you're scared of him. What? I'm not scared. Then come, call him a dying old fart to his face. You're not scared, right? So say it to his face instead of behind his back. Shut up. I told you I'm busy. I get it. You've been scared of him for a long time. He was so strict. When he was in the house, there was no way you could rebel. He got mad at you a lot. That had to be scary. I said I'm not scared. Quit talking about the past. Even though he's wasting away, getting thinner and thinner with his illness, he still has that stern look in his eyes. He doesn't even let us take care of him. He doesn't even smile, even though all his relatives have come to visit him. He's really stubborn. It's no wonder you're afraid of him, then. How long do you intend to keep this up? I said it already. I'm not scared of the likes of him. Whatever. Unfortunately for you, Dad is still alive. Call me back in a day. God, he's one tough old geezer. You're not going to hog his inheritance all for yourself, you hear me? Inheritance this, inheritance that. How are you not ashamed to say that? He raised you all these years. Yeah, spare me the lecture. You're suffocating, both of you. It's always been depressing. Once I've gotten my share, you can all rot for all I care. I can't wait for him to die. You're just rotten. You're beyond saving. Well, go ahead then. Be lame and talk behind his back. See ya.
Eli, where are you?
Sorry, I got a call from Zach, so I went outside for a minute.
Zach? What did he say?
He said we can all rot as soon as he gets his inheritance money. He said he's looking forward to Dad's death.
Ah, that again. When on earth did he ever become like this? I'm not even angry anymore. It's just sad.
Well, I was just going to ask you about that. Are we really going to give him part of the inheritance?
That's the thing. Your father doesn't actually have any inheritance.
What?
Look, he's a bit eccentric, stubborn. He knew his time was coming, so he bought a car that he had been wanting for some time. He spent most of his inheritance on that.
I didn't know that.
He can't drive when he's sick, but even so, he finally got his wish. Of course, that car and the house he leaves behind will go to us, but...
Last year, he bought a sports car, too. I heard he got it at a decent discount.
That thing looks nice, but I heard it's junk. The insides are broken. It seems like he bought it thinking he could try to take it apart and make some money.
Ah, it's no wonder he never tried to drive it. Well, I guess we'll have to deal with it then. What a pain.
Other than that, we've got a warehouse full of bulky furniture and other things that are basically junk. You know how he was. He had to try his hand at everything.
That's a nice way to say he got bored of everything quickly. Anyway, when Zach finds out there's no inheritance, he's going to throw a fit.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Zach isn't your son. I think even your father was fed up with him, and so he didn't leave him anything.
You might be onto something there.
But anyway, about your father. You've been weighing on his mind for a long time. Even though you work in New York, you came back so often to see us and see how we were doing. Your father was able to see that, and he feels a lot of gratitude towards you.
Wait, really? That surprises me. I left high school, got a job, and failed at it. And then I was unemployed for a while. I thought he was disappointed in me because of that.
He did scold you pretty thoroughly back then, didn't he?
Yeah, that was rough.
I thought it was too much, even back then. You have no idea how many times I told him to take it easy on you. But he wouldn't hear it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. To be honest, that really lit a fire under me. It was tough, true, but it was better than being idle and jobless.
Your father seemed happy every time you returned, too, from that point on. He probably won't say it to you directly, but he certainly did love you.
Huh. He's on the verge of death. I wish you would just let me know. Sorry, I've calmed down a bit, so I'll come back now. How is Dad?
He's resting now. They're saying he's going to pass tonight.
I see. Hey, I heard he finally kicked it. Are you guys discussing the inheritance? I'm coming too, so wait for me. What? Don't give me that. I'm on my way now, so make sure you have my share ready. Got it. Tell our other relatives too. I won't allow anyone to pull any tricks. You know, you've become very sure of yourself the moment that Dad died. If you were going to come in person, you should have come when Dad was still alive. I was busy until yesterday. I'm just now getting some free time, so I'm heading over there. That's all. You were really that afraid of Dad? How pathetic. Shut up. Dad's already dead. The one you should be looking up to now is me, the eldest son. Now shut up and do as I say. Well, you ought to know there is no inheritance. Huh? Before he died, Dad used up his fortune. All he left us is a warehouse full of lots of junk. Wait, what about money? There is none. We didn't find a will either. There is no inheritance, so give it up. Wait a second, that can't be right. You're just saying this to keep me out of the inheritance, aren't you? If you think I'm lying, you can check for yourself. I was going to anyway. I don't need your permission. Are you at the house right now? I'm almost there, so you better wait for me. Don't come back. Everyone tried to be civil, but we all wanted to punch you in the face. So you say, but you don't have the guts to punch me. Damn it. There's really no inheritance. You scumbag. Don't show your face here again. The whole family is breaking off ties with you. You're not family anymore, so get lost. If there's no inheritance, then it's not like I need any of you. You're wasting my time. If there's nothing for me, then you should have said that earlier. What the hell is your problem? Wait. It looks like there are 2 cars in the back. Were those Dad's? Yeah, they were Dad's. I thought so. Nice. Well then, they're ours now. And I'll be taking one, thank you very much. What? No, wait! The fact that you're panicking just shows they're expensive. Dad only left us 2 cars. I'll take the new fancy one. That shabby one over there should be enough for a bum like you. Really? Thank you so much. By all means, take that one. I don't drive in New York anyway, so I don't need it. Just don't drive it home, okay? It needs servicing. Nah, even just looking at it you can tell it's new. It doesn't need any servicing. I found the key and I'm going to drive it back. Wait, really? Someone will be here soon to fix it. I came all the way here. There's no way I'm leaving empty-handed. Don't worry. Even if some small problems come up, it'll be fine. Stop! You so? Damn. What kind of car has the brake stopped working while you're driving it? A car that didn't pass inspection and was due to be serviced. I heard he bought it cheap and was planning to take it apart and sell it for scrap. You should have told me that earlier. That's why I tried to stop you. But you're the one who was so focused on the money that you ignored what I was saying. So, how are your injuries? They said I'll be all healed in 2 months. My leg hurts like crazy. But it's the damages I owe that are really bad. What? You ran into a wall, didn't you? A wall, or rather, the outer wall to a building. The police were called, so it was okay, but the people inside were, scary? Yeah. It's not like they were gangsters or anything. But they told me I'd be charged a good amount for it. What am I supposed to do? No idea. It's your responsibility, so deal with it yourself. Hold on. The car wasn't insured either, so I have to pay the full amount. And then I have to pay the hospital expenses. Come on, help me out. What happened to the spirit you had before? You're the eldest son, right? The one to look up to? Now suddenly you're demanding help from your younger brother? Ugh, shut up! Admit it, you're a loser. You were too scared of Dad and couldn't talk to him face to face. And when something happens, you immediately turn to others like a coward. I wasn't scared of Dad. Enough, just admit it. I wasn't. A coward like you shouldn't get to call himself the eldest son. You're a joke. From now on, your life is probably gonna be hell. But I guess I might as well be honest with you anyway. Ready? What is it? You remember the shabby car that you left behind? Turns out it's a classic. It's a luxury car, worth around 600K. Huh. Despite being so sick that he couldn't even drive, all Dad wanted at the end of his life was to buy his dream car. There was a letter on the seat. A letter of thanks to me and Mom. The car itself was our inheritance. Seriously? He took the garbage when the 600K was right there. It's too bad. You were blinded by greed and therefore chose based on appearances. Wait, no. So what about my share of the inheritance? You think you're getting anything? But I'm his son. You could at least share a little with me. If you have a problem with it, come in person. Let's talk about it. Of course, you're not family anymore as far as we're concerned. But I promise, everyone will treat you the same as they treat any other stranger who comes here trying to take money from us. Come on. No, really, come on over. You have a complaint, right? Come and tell us. It's okay if you want to wait until your leg is better, though. Then come and complain. Show us you're not a coward, scumbag. No. Look, I'm sorry. So, are you saying you have no complaints? Yeah. I have no complaints. Naturally. I'm not going to help you, and I'm not going to visit you. That's just as well, right? I mean, since you might be hoping for a peaceful death right around now. After that, Zach didn't contact me. He quietly sunk into despair. The building he ran into was the office building of a certain company. And although the company is definitely not some crime organization or anything like that, they seem to be a company with people who have a certain energy. They dressed him down considerably and are prosecuting under the full extent of the law. He seems to have lost all his willpower. Even at the best of times, he was a coward, capable only of putting on a false show of bravery. It doesn't seem like he has the strength to stand up to anyone anymore. I suppose he's been discharged from the hospital and is returning to everyday life right about now, with his injuries healed. But head over heels in debt. I wonder how in the world he's getting along now.